everybody. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Lights. We are here as always at Enve Records, the best studio in Long Beach. One of the best studios to come get R&B done, hip hop done, reggaeton done, and all kind of flavors. So I'm Vbayy, your host again, Ovialo also. Thank you again for DJ Enve for having us and inviting us over. As always, we always got a special guest. So today we have the beautiful, the talented Miss Vbayy. So everybody give her a round of applause. You know, she's in the house today. So we are very honored to have her. Let us know how are you today? How's your day going on?
My day's going pretty good. Had a nice day, you know, being in SoCal is always nice. The weather's always good. So
it ended up being hot today. I don't know where you was at.
Yeah, it ended up being pretty warm today, which is nice. I love weather where I don't have to wear a jacket, so that's
cool. Right on. So first thing I gotta say, I was listening to a bunch of your music earlier today, and honestly, like the music definitely fits your vibe, you know. Like sometimes, like I meet artists and I hear their music, but when I meet them, it is not quite like it doesn't match. But I feel like with you, like it definitely matches, you know. Like the music, like if I had never seen you and then I would see you, like it definitely fits the picture. So that's pretty dope.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So let me know what are you working on right now? Like I know right now we're playing your playlist, so is that can we consider that like your debut, like a single?
Yeah, this is like the first album I put out under new management. So first album and did a name change and everything. So everything was new and new experience. So excited about it. Just put out January 1st. So just put out,
Oh wow, so that's pretty new. So
yeah.
So we can say like you've been kind of like reinventing yourself in a way, right?
Right.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
A lot of artists go through that, you know. It's just part of the process.
I think it's a part of the growth process, especially like if you start like young. You kind of get to a point where you're trying to figure out like who you are as a person, who you are as an artist, and sometimes what was working before doesn't work anymore. Like you said, it has to fit.
And after making certain mistakes, you know, like,
you
so
learn. And like you said, it has to fit. Like that's why I was like, I think that's dope that you said that. Like when you listen to music, it fits. So that was the main thing.
How do you feel now with your new production team?
New management, entertainment company.
How do you feel now? Like, do you feel a lot more comfortable in the
it's been great. It's kind of been like coming full circle for me because some of the people are people I worked with at the very beginning of my career as a young kid out in Yonkers, New York at Powerhouse Studios. Rough Rider Studios in New York. And the producer that produced through the song, we kind of like somewhat grew up together in the industry to an extent. So it was dope kind of bringing that full circle. And even my management worked for them at a point in time when I was there. So it was dope. So it feels very like at home, but new in a sense.
Everybody kind of like recognizes the struggle with each other, right? Because you guys been there before, it's like you guys are just picking up the pieces where you left off, right?
Right. Exactly, and kind of putting it all together, and it ended up kind of like I feel like really creative vibe.
I feel that's really good for your creative process too, because you don't have to deal with trying to impress anybody. Like that pressure's off, and at the same time, you know, you feel like you could get you can be free creatively.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm happy for you for that.
I definitely feel that way. When I started recording this album, I definitely felt free creatively. Like you said, there wasn't any pressure. The only pressure probably was to myself because I felt like, okay, I have this is like a second chance, you know, like everything coming full circle. So I wanted to make sure I made the best of it and did everything possible to put myself in the best position, like mentally, emotionally, just wanted to make sure I was in a good space. So but it definitely was dope to be able to work with them. And so for them, it was seeing me come from, you know, this young artist to being able to record this now. And my manager, and so they were like, whoa, you know. And so it felt good coming from them because they know where I started from. You know what I mean? Somebody else might not have known that, but to see the growth.
Like there's more, you feel more valued in a sense, right? Or like they I'm pretty sure they see more value in you as opposed to just meeting somebody new and just starting
because
a whole
they've
new
already
process.
seen kind of like the work ethic behind the scenes, all the different things. So it was definitely dope working with them, and it was good for me in every possible way. So
cool. I'm glad to hear that. As an artist, I think that's very important. You know, like to have that support. It kind of it takes weight off of having to deal with like the technical aspect of the business, you know, and you could just be you and just be creative and make good music. So that's a great situation to be in, you know. So again, I'm happy for you for that.
It definitely made a difference. I feel like because I just was able to get in the studio and just focus, like you said, on that creative side.
Right on.
Like I dealt with the the photos, the artistic stuff, but then I would just hand the photos over to them, like, okay, you guys figure out you guys create the album cover,
for that, right? Like you guys got the plan.
Yeah, you guys can create the album cover. Like I didn't have to like go look for it. So yeah, it definitely helped feeling like now like I really have a team for the first time. So I'm really thankful for that.
Right on. How do you how do you see yourself, like, as far as like in the industry? Like, do you want to fall under like the usual typical R&B girl, or is there something more to Vbayy that you hope to show people in these coming months, like with the new projects that you're gonna put out?
I would say, you know, I'm definitely an R&B girl. I wouldn't box myself in though so much, because creatively I've listened to all different types of music. Like I mentioned, you mentioned reggaeton and like other different things, you know, and I've done some songs half Spanish, half English or whatever. So, and reggae, dance hall. So I do. I can
see you branching out into those different genres. Like it'd be so easy for you to transition. Like it wouldn't seem
we
weird.
plan to do a little bit more of that. I did some previously, but we didn't really do any on this album. So plan to definitely do some more of that later on. But I think at the heart of it, like an R&B girl or pop R&B. Right. But definitely always want to stay open and creative, because that's what keeps it fun and interesting.
Right. No, I feel like, again, it'd be so easy for you to be accepted, like in the Latin genre, like I don't want to put you under the Nicki Minaj label, because I feel like you're a different flow than that. But she just released the album with one of the dopest urban Latina artists out right now. Like they released a song and it's #1 right now, and like I'm happy to see that, you know. So I think they'd welcome you with open arms, you know.
I would hope so. That would be awesome. Like, that would be awesome. Yeah. So I mean, because I grew up in an environment where.
Did you grow up with a lot of Puerto Ricans and Latinos back in New York? Yeah.
So I mean, I grew up in Oakland, but I was back and forth to New York.
Okay.
But both environments, you know, that I was in.
There's always Latinos somewhere.
Right. You know, friends that you grow up with, and so grew up speaking both languages, so and immersed in both cultures, you know. So my classroom, you know, growing up, like I was the only English speaker, me and 2 or 3 other people. So of course you get immersed into a culture, you know. It's always fun. And also, like, even my own background, my dad is Costa Rican, so, you know, it's just different from, you know, other Latin cultures, but still, you know, that different vibes of being exposed to, like, Santana. My dad listens to a lot of Santana and then a lot of Bob Marley, so that was kind of like constant rotation growing up.
Those are sounds you grew up with, like that kind of like help you develop yourself?
I definitely think it helped me develop.
There was some influence.
There was some influences, definitely, with maybe style of production and stuff that I picked sometimes. And I think I didn't even realize it till later on, but probably one of the biggest ones was Sade, because he would play Sade like crazy. I told my friend, like, recently, I think my dad was secretly like in love with Sade. But so that's probably another big influence.
That is so. That is so ironic that you say that, because on my way over here, I was actually playing some of your songs, and I think it's like not this next one coming up, but the one after, and I think it says like Love Me or Leave Me Alone or something like. I think that's the song, but. The first thing that came, not that you sounded like Sade, but I saw like I saw like a Sade essence, but something totally different, like a modern day Sade, like that. That's what I felt, the vibe that I got when I heard the song. So now that you say that, like it I feel good that my mind was in the right place, you know, like I feel like my mind was in the right place. So I tend to have an ear for those things sometimes, but that brought a smile to my face because I'm a huge Sade fan myself.
Okay, Sade is dope. There's nothing like her.
And nowadays it's hard to find. I think, I don't know if you agree, but to find like authentic music like that way, you know, like everything's more like just club twerk and stuff like I try to, so you know, it's good to find exactly. So again, I'm glad to see you not in that box. So that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Thank you.
So what song can you recommend the people out there, like if you only have one song to show people, like what song would that be that you would tell people go check that out right now?
Everything New, because I think that's
Everything New.
One that like.
I heard that one.
It's, you know,
it's like I felt like you were reborn.
Yes.
You get me? Like you're reborn, you're leaving all those bad vibes, all that in the past, like everything is new.
Everything is new.
Down to the wardrobe, to the lifestyle, to the mindset.
Right.
That's the vibe I got from that song.
That was totally the vibe of the song.
I agree. I really did like that song.
And I think that one I'm seeing that people are gravitating to probably the most on all platforms. Most played on YouTube. And it's like second on iTunes and second on Spotify. So.
Wow, I could see you definitely like doing like a big show with that song, like maybe like opening up for somebody or headlining something like at a club.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I feel people wouldn't just like brush off so easily.
Right.
Like I think you'd get some girls like feeling confident and just, you know, feeling a little sexy, you know. So that's I think that song is a banger for sure. Thank you. Definitely check that song out. Run with that one. I like that song. So do you have a SoundCloud for people that people could listen to?
I don't have a SoundCloud. I did have one before, but I don't think that's active anymore. But I am on YouTube. You can search for Vbayy, Vbayy. And you can find me on YouTube that way. You can also search me on Instagram, Vbayy, and the link is directly in the Instagram. I'm also on iTunes, Spotify, whatever streaming platform you can think of. I'm on there.
Yeah, let's try to get her to playlist of the week or something, you know, like on Spotify. Show some support to the homegirl. She got some really dope music. I'm a fan now, so
thank you.
I'm definitely like gonna be looking out for anything new coming out soon. So which I'm sure is on the way. What's your favorite drink? Do you drink alcohol, or because we usually keep a bar and we offer drinks, but you know, I know you're driving and stuff.
I'm more of a wine girl lately.
I'm actually drinking water. Okay. It's not even liquor. But
yeah, I don't like drinking. I don't have
like
a real favorite drink. I'm not a big drinker, but every once in a while I like to have like a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Some rosé or some Chardonnay, a Riesling. I love Riesling. That's a dessert wine because it's sweet.
Let me get some advice from you, because you know, I'm still I'm in the dating scene. You know, like I meet girls, and you know, like I'm a good talker at times. But what kind of wine can you recommend? Like if I'm trying to like talk, if I'm meeting a girl and I want to take the control and like as far as buying her a drink, like what kind of wine do you recommend me like on the first date? Like if I want to make an impression, or you know, just come like with a soft opening.
The Stella Rosa is pretty good.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah, and you probably can't really go wrong with that. Okay. That's one you probably really just can't go wrong with.
Like if she drinks wine, then most likely she'll like that.
Most likely she'll like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, because I'm not a big wine guy. You know, like I cook a lot and I just drink liquor when it comes to it. But wine, like I'm just recently getting into it more. So a lot of girls drink wine and
Yeah, I
so.
like a nice glass of wine. It's
Right on.
relaxing. Of course,
Right.
you know, especially hanging out with the girls.
Do you ever get a headache when you drink too much wine?
No,
Yeah, I think that's
I
why I
don't think
stopped.
I
I started
have.
getting headaches.
I don't think I have. It maybe depend on what type you drink. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. There was one before I did get a headache from. I can't remember the brand, but most of the time, no, I don't usually get a headache.
Do you like imported stuff, like more like a France type of wine, or you into like these kind of? Because you say you're up in Oakland sometimes, so I know like up that way there's a lot of vineyards and stuff, right? Yeah.
So I drink stuff. I've had some imported, but most of the stuff I think is from probably Napa Valley.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Cool. I'm over there a lot too, and you said Apple Valley, right?
Napa.
Oh, Napa Valley.
Yeah.
I thought she said Apple Valley. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking something.
There's actually vineyards there.
Yeah, like in the desert, like they're starting to switch that joint up.
Right.
So yeah. I like that. Do you plan on at some point? Are you looking to get signed to a big label? Or do you want to stay independent and keep doing that? Is that an option that you're looking for?
You know, we're constantly kind of discussing things like that, and I haven't like decided for sure.
Okay.
I kind of like the independence, you know, whatever. So it's kind of hard being put back into a position where someone else is in control. But there's also the benefit of being on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out a way to kind of balance that out. My management is talking to like a couple of companies like right now. So we'll just kind of see what comes, and if it works for what we want to do, then definitely interested as far as dealing with the majors, as long as it can kind of fit with what we're already doing in the direction we want to go.
Okay.
But definitely enjoying and being independent because I think that's what allowed me to kind of create this sound freely. Sometimes when you're working with a major, they want to sometimes tell you who you are and you know, and try to tell you what your sound is instead of kind of letting you just create. So. Right.
I agree on that. I definitely do agree on that. Let me see. If people want to look you up, they could just find you under Vbayy, right? Vbayy.
Vbayy.
Do you have a Twitter? Do you use Twitter at all?
I don't really use Twitter, but I do have a Twitter account. It's actually under Vashayla, which is my actual name. Vashayla.
Okay.
So I do have a Twitter account. I said I'm going to use it more. I don't use it enough.
Right on.
Twitter.
It's definitely a good tool to use.
It
is. And to network too. Like I've networked with a lot of people.
I will have to say though, I am like the typical songwriter artist. Where
so you try not to get caught up in the social media too much, or
I'm just more of an introvert. You know what I mean? Like so outside of music stuff, I'm really pretty chill. Like I'm not like I'm outgoing in these settings because I feel comfortable. But you put me in a normal like setting, and I'm probably like, oh my gosh,
right
you know?
Right on.
But so. I'm trying to be on social media a lot more, try to, you know, share a lot more because that's
I think people would love you on social media. Like I think, because I did go on your on your Instagram a little bit, and I saw that you have mostly just content of that you're trying to promote, you know, like your music, your links and stuff like that. But honestly, when I hear your music, and I think if I'm correct, when people hear your music, they're gonna want more of you. Like they're gonna want to get to know you more. And which brings me to my next question. I have nieces too, and I support women. You know, like being strong, becoming successful, being positive role models. You know, and having positive role models to look up to. You know, I definitely get the vibe from you that you are a type of person that I would love for my nieces to like. Listen to or just kind of get encouraged by or inspired by. So I think people, once they get to know you and hear your music, I think they'd agree as well. What words would you give to like young ladies trying to get into the music game, or trying to or that get inspired to write music but just don't know how to approach it? Like what would you recommend, you know, to these young girls?
I would say first get to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Know who you are, because if you don't know who you are, somebody will tell you who you are.
Right on.
Right. So that would be my first thing. And if you want to write, just write. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Get you a journal and just start writing. Don't even think about writing a song.
That's the first rule of writing. Of being a good
write.
writer.
Yeah.
Just write.
Just write.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I would say if you want to write. And then tough skin. You got to develop tough, thick skin if you want to be in entertainment in any possible way. Because you may get told no 90 million times. Or there will be some people that will say there's everything possible wrong with you. And then someone's going to say there's everything possibly right with you. So you kind of have to walk a middle ground and not get too high or not get too low off of what anyone says either way. So definitely develop tough skin. And that's why I say it's important to know who you are from the gate, because that's what's going to help navigate you through everything. The other thing is just respect yourself. You know, this female in this industry,
that's
it's
really,
hard.
Really important.
It's hard enough, you know, as it is. And some people will tell you or make you think that you have to be a certain way, or that things are, you know, are done a certain way. But just be who you are. You'll get so much further if you just make sure you stay strong with who you are as a person and just respect yourself. Like,
right on.
You know, because then other people will bring that respect back to you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll add more value to yourself.
Right. I love that. I definitely think those were good words for girls to take and to take in. You know, I would say just stay away from toxic men, you know?
That too. That's the main thing. Oh my gosh, that's the main thing. Focus on your career.
Because, I mean, you can find a guy that is willing to be the power couple with you and support you and sees the bigger picture and doesn't want to, like, hold you back. You know, and one of the most important things is jealousy.
I would say that's the most. That's probably the most important thing that I left out. The person that you are with is life and death to your career. So I would say the main thing is, if you want to do this, focus on your career first. If as far as guys go, it should come along and it should add to what you're doing, and it should not deter or take away. And if it does, that's a clear sign that that's the wrong person for you. But yeah, definitely toxic relationships or toxic situations you want to stay clear of. But and like I said, it has so much to do with your career. It can make you or break your career, I feel like, as a female, especially as a female artist, because
like
we're emotional.
A girl shouldn't date her manager, you think?
I think that's a really hard thing to do.
That's a tough one,
because it's hard for people to be able to separate, I think,
business from love and pleasure, you know, like from personal
because
life.
Let's say there's something that happens, performance or stage, you know, management-wise, it didn't go right. So you're upset, but now you guys are either going home together or going. So this is now.
You guys got to deal with it at home too. Like it spills over.
It crosses over, I think, both ways. So, or vice versa. You had an argument as a couple, and now you have to go to an event together, and that kind of situation is still there. So I think there's have been some people that have been able to do it, but it definitely, I think it probably can cause a strain on the relationship both ways. Trying to do that. I would prefer not to be in a relationship with my manager.
Yeah, so you ladies take those words into consideration. I mean, really important, you know. But it same thing for the guys, but it's a little more different. You know?
Same thing
guys
for the guys.
Get away with a few things,
I just definitely think that the man that you tie yourself to, especially with women, and that's just because as women we are really kind of just, you know, we love a little bit different. So definitely the man you tie yourself to can make or break your situation, because either it's going to help elevate you or it's going to help tear you down, you know, or take you in a different direction that you don't want to go. And you have to be extremely focused to be in this type of business. So if he's not understanding of that, then it won't work either, you know, because it takes a different level of focus.
Do you is there nowadays? I see a lot of women collaborating with each other a lot more.
Yes,
which is really good, I think, for the culture. You know,
I love it.
I feel like you're the type of singer, the type of artist that can easily collaborate like with someone else, you know.
Yeah, I love.
But is there a
collaborating
female
with
artist that you feel like that it would be like like there's an artist out that I really like right now. Her name is Doja Cat. Like
Yeah,
I like
dope.
her. I like her. It's just
like
something
Doja
different
Cat.
about her. Like I feel like
Yes.
she's not
It's
afraid
a
to be silly,
vibe,
but
yeah.
you know, like at the same time I take her serious.
Right.
You know, but is there an artist out there now or from the past that you feel that you guys would just make magic together without taking away from each other's essence, you know?
Well,
like,
my dream always would be like to do something with Missy Elliott. I mean,
oh wow, yeah.
She is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I can see that. I can see that.
I just think that, you know, we would have a really dope vibe in my head. It's like my big sister in
Because
my
when she
head.
gets together with Sierra, like they make
Right.
music, like
yeah,
they make
and
music,
so,
you know.
Yeah, and then me and her both being songwriters, and we're the same sign.
Yeah. Oh, right. What sign is that?
Cancer.
Cancer.
Right,
For all the
Cancer,
fans, Cancer.
So yeah, I think it would be a really dope vibe to collab with her on something.
I agree. I agree.
Let's see, and then like a newer artist. Trying to think. There's like so many dope artists out right now.
I feel like Doja Cat, even Cardi B, like you'd be
Doja
great
Cat,
on
yeah.
that, cause like,
Yeah,
cause you'd be able to do
that
your
would
thing.
that would be a dope combination.
All three.
Yeah. Cardi B and Doja Cat. Yeah, I would live.
Because
for
everybody, because all three of you have your own swag, like you're in your own lane, and it
but
it's
you know
just
what's I feel like the same about us that's truly authentic is that we're 100% ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you said, it would be different, but it would be that similarity of like we will bring to the table that we're going to be 100% authentic.
I feel that. Yeah, and I feel like there wouldn't be no hate involved.
No.
Like, I feel like everybody would be so happy to collaborate with each other
and have
just
fun.
like nobody would be like, oh, let me see what she gonna write,
Right,
or I gotta write
exactly.
something better. Like it wouldn't be a competition.
Exactly.
Like, you know?
We
So,
just go in there and do our thing.
and let's do it for the. I think that'd be great.
That would
like,
be a dope. I'm gonna put that in the
if it ever happens one day, remember I said it.
Right.
We said it here. All right. If it ever goes platinum, remember we said it here.
I think that might be something to
Right
aspire to.
Yeah, definitely. So we're ready to wrap it up, but there is a question like like out here in LA, houses are always burning up. You know, like everywhere I go down the street, there's always a house burning.
Oh, wow.
You know, like I don't know if it's like people falling asleep with the blunt in their mouth,
Oh,
or
wow.
like, you know, like like an ex-girlfriend just setting somebody's shoes on fire. I don't know, you know, but I hope that never happens to you. But if it were to happen, like, what would be 3 things that, like, instinctively you would just grab and run out the house with? Like 3 items that
For
you
sure
just couldn't
my
live
dog.
without. For sure your dog.
For sure
You
my
know,
dog.
Don't leave him.
He'd be one of the first thing I would grab. Let's see what else I would grab. My favorite pair of shoes.
Oh, right on. Nikes or what's your favorite kind of shoe?
They are some Louis Vuitton shoes. They're the only ones I own.
All right.
So I would grab them.
You worked hard for those. So to keep those, make sure.
Right. They're the only ones I have. So I would definitely run in and grab them.
Right
my dog, and let's see what else I would grab. And my phone.
And your phone for sure.
That's it.
Because you gotta call somebody.
I gotta call somebody to pick me up.
Yeah, at least.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like music is on the, you know, everything.
Right.
So like, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
My phone, my dog, and my Louis Vuittons.
Cool. Right. That's a great answer. I love that answer. So if we ever would like to get like Vbayy into Enve Records studio to come bless us on the track, or just come be creative here, like can we call you directly, or do we is your manager gonna come look for us? Should we look for
No,
him,
you can call me directly.
Yeah?
Like I just have
I think we're cool now. So
Yeah,
I think
you can call me directly.
Yeah, I think we could just hit you up. So
Right.
because that'll be great to have you over one day and maybe show you some production that we feel that maybe would be good for you, and see what happens. You know, we love having great people over here all the time, talented people.
And that's what's up. Yeah, definitely.
So we don't want to. I know your time's very important, and we hope we get you back in another day. So in the meantime, if you just want to plug your page again, and then, you know.
definitely follow me on Instagram, Vbayy. That's where I post like most of my shows, upcoming music, snippets, and just everyday life type of things that I'm doing on there. I'm posting a lot more, especially if you watch my stories. So check in with me there. The link to the album for YouTube is also there. And I also share my Spotify links on there all the time as well. So follow me on Instagram at Vbayy.
Perfect.
Awesome. So go check out Vbayy. I'm a fan. You should be a fan. Her music is great. It's beautiful. You can play it around your kids, which is hard to do nowadays, you know. Or you can just listen to, like, I don't mind listening to it with my girl. Like, if we just rolling and hanging out, like, that's what I want to get the mood going, like, right there. So check that out. Take my word for it. If you want to come through, hit us up. If you want to come check us out for an interview, and you got somebody important you want us to talk to, please let us know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, Enve Records, for letting us come through and do our thing. I'm your host, Ovialo Oso. This was Vbayy, and we hope you enjoy your night. Thank you. Friday Night Lights.
Thank you.